Dylan Gabriel is the backup, and Joe Flacco is the starting quarterback. He is locked in the emergency role and is buried at QB3. But here's the catch. What if the team's best quarterback is the one who isn't even permitted to play? What if Cleveland is on the verge of making its biggest error again? Because the quiet over Shedeur Sanders is becoming louder, even as the headlines hail Flacco's leadership and Gabriel's safety. It goes beyond depth charts. It's about what goes on behind closed doors, about the off-season promises that are abruptly being changed. And don't assume that this story is finished. What's actually happening in Cleveland's quarterback room? And why would the team be passing up the one man who has the power to make a big difference in the team's future? I'll tell you a few more things, but before I do, I hope you have fun. But only if you've been a Browns fan for more than 17 years should you do this. Seeing devoted fans of all ages interacting here is always wonderful. It means a lot to us. Write, "Go Browns! My heart bleeds orange and brown," if you can. Let's take a look back. We were informed this summer that the quarterback position would be up for grabs, that everyone would be given an opportunity. Sanders, however, was kept in the dark, while Gabriel gained crucial experience with the quarterbacks. Sanders pursued backups during the preseason, never getting a fair opportunity to demonstrate his abilities, while Gabriel was shielded by a more formidable offensive line. The fact that there wasn't a true competition for the starting position is what electrified the supporters. Gabriel left as a backup after starting training camp as a favorite. Predictable, it's disappointing. Nevertheless, many continue to believe in Sanders in spite of everything. The inherent brilliance in depth chart management is evident when the politics and drama are removed. This is the same Shedeur Sanders who dominated college football, setting records, leading the FBS and completion percentage, and winning his conference's Offensive Player of the Year award after tossing 37 touchdowns against Colorado. He and Cam Ward were regarded as the top two quarterback prospects in the draft at one point, not so long ago. His lack of expertise did not cause him to be overlooked. No one has ever questioned that. What makes him QB3 then? The Rams game appears to have damaged Sanders' reputation. Critics cited his pocket presence, saying he appeared unprepared, kept the ball for too long, and lacked awareness. But one bad performance doesn't overshadow his performance versus Carolina, where he threw two perfect touchdown passes and appeared composed and smart. In contrast, Gabriel's first outing included many safe, short throws and one respectable drive. Nothing ostentatious, nothing worthy of a franchise, just enough to fulfill the need. However, other supporters maintain that Gabriel is the safest choice. He's right, he's reliable, he shifts the chains. Yes, but is that what Cleveland needs at this moment? Another meticulous, ordinary game manager? Or a quarterback who can produce the kind of spectacular plays that lift a team when given the right support? Because Sanders has displayed moments of that kind of brilliance. And furthermore, it's time to consider if we can afford to lose another quarterback in a city that has seen 37 different quarterbacks start since 2001. Doubting the Browns' quarterback choices is not insane. Their record is mediocre at best, except for Baker Mayfield, who they let walk and is currently a top 10 quarterback. And it's because of this tendency to misjudge talent that voices like mine are remaining unwavering. Sanders should stay in the background, but I'm not ready to accept that this is the best he can do, because we owe it to this team and this fan base to find out whether Sanders is the future, if there is even a chance. Right now, it's Joe Flacco. It's not a bad thing either. The veteran earned his spot by winning Comeback Player of the Year and led Cleveland to the 2023 playoffs with a 4-1 run. He's well-liked in the locker room for his cool-headed leadership, and his 80% victory rate in Cleveland is the highest since 1999. Nobody is disputing that he should start Week 1, but Flacco isn't the long-term solution. So, it will be up to either Sanders or Gabriel when that chapter concludes, which it will. And I know where I stand. Sanders has the ceiling, but Gabriel is reliable. Sanders has the spark. I believe he will show it if given the opportunity. This is why this argument is so important.
We must remember that opportunity is the foundation of our league. Even if you have the best quarterback on the team, your potential will remain unrealized if you don't get the practice, coaching, or playing time to demonstrate it. And Shedeur Sanders is experiencing precisely that. Rather than polishing the diamond in their locker room, the Browns are keeping it locked away in the back of the vault. Why? Since the screenplay was composed before the filming of the scene, third-round pick Gabriel arrived with a label, Sanders did too. One received the clipboard while the other received the reps. Fans are not the only ones who are doubting this. The way this quarterback room is being managed is causing some internal strain. That fury is fueled by Stefanski's decision to bring in Bailey Zappi. The message is obvious. There is uncertainty, a reorganization is imminent, and there is still time to revise the quarterback depth chart, even though the official statement states that Zappi's job is limited to practice squad depth. The season has not yet begun. Everything changes with one accident, one poor performance, or one moment of Shedeur's genius in a real-life situation. This is not the end of the story about Sanders. Not after demonstrating his ability to lead, produce, and perform well under duress. Not after all the promise, and not after all the effort he put in at Colorado. And if you truly examine the data and his performances, Sanders was able to keep his position. He just never had the opportunity to compete. Before the whistle blew, the competition was determined. However, he remains here, still prepared, and still learning. Not to mention how the team's leadership is developing in the vicinity of this quarterback room. At 40 years old, Joe Flacco was one of the captains chosen by the Browns. That shows how well-liked he is and how quickly he's become a part of this roster. It also indicates that he is more than a temporary solution. He serves as the cornerstone upon which this squad is constructing its early season identity. It's not a bad thing, to be honest. In addition to Flacco, you have leaders like Corey Bajorquez, a punter with one of the longest legs in the league. Myles Garrett, the defensive anchor and possibly the best player in football. Denzel Ward, a shutdown corner with exceptional instincts. And Joel Bitonio, who is starting his 12th season and has been with Cleveland from the beginning. This leadership group is quite strong. The tone is set by these men. They establish the culture in which Sanders and other younger players are developing. And there's merit to that setting too. Flacco is very popular in the locker room. He was elected captain. That matters. It indicates that the players have faith in him as a leader as well as a quarterback. That will be significant when the season starts. Flacco will lead the team in the huddle, oversee the games, and give Cleveland a chance to win. But will the Browns have done enough to get Sanders ready for the inevitable time when they need a new face under center? Because we're looking at the same cycle that we've witnessed for more than 20 years. If they don't, a quarterback carousel. Since 2001, there have been 37 different starters. It's more than a statistic, it's a sign. And we will continue to relive this scenario unless the Browns commit to not only identifying talent, but also developing it. Sanders is not, by any means, the future, but I argue that he merits the opportunity to demonstrate it. The same is true for fans. This goes beyond media hype. This discussion has a polarized, outspoken, and intensely enthusiastic fan following. Others who understand the big picture, want to invest in potential greatness, and believe Sanders, if given the chance, will take this franchise to places it hasn't been in decades, are supporting Gabriel because of his consistency and discipline. Both sides have strong arguments, but only one will have the opportunity to be right. The decision is important now because of this. Who is better now is not the point of this. Whoever offers the Browns the best chance in the long run is the key consideration. Because let's face it, this team is designed to win. It's an excellent defense. There are offensive weapons. At last, there is some uniformity among the coaching staff. The only thing lacking is a quarterback who can lead the club through critical situations and rise above the commotion. For now, Joe can do that. But who will come next? Sanders might be the answer, if the Browns let it happen. If they don't play things safe and instead embrace the possibilities. If he doesn't make it, another team will gain from what Cleveland failed to notice. The Browns will once again be the team that wonders what might have been. The athletes are not the only ones who are pressured. As the season draws near, the pressure is on the front office, on Stefanski, on the quarterback coaches. Because this decision, it is bigger than a depth chart. It has to do with the future of the franchise. It's about finally ending the cycle. And Browns fans are worthy more than just another chapter in the same old story. We deserve to make bold decisions. We deserve fair competition. We are entitled to know if the young player we hyped during the offseason is really the one who can make all the difference. So, if you agree with me and believe that Shedeur should be given a chance, let us know your thoughts. If you disagree, let us know your thoughts as well. Leave a comment below with your opinions. Is Gabriel the better option, or should the Browns give the ball to Sanders to see what he can do? Don't forget to click the video that is currently displayed, hit the like button, and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy these in-depth analyses and passionate opinions about the Browns. Only here will you find the latest information, exclusive interviews, and the most important moments. The true Browns fans get their news here.